Look at that new intro. We're fancy. We're ready to roll here on the Pigskin preview. I'm Nick Roush. He's Adam Luckett. And this week we're previewing week 3 of the college football season. And, week 2 is when we grease the wheels, Luckett, right? We're getting our feet under us. We're trying to figure it out. And when I say we, I mean me. 1 in 5 start is not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah, but this is how you build grit, determination, the scars you need to succeed in life, Nick Roush. So you're 1 in 5. You're only 4 games back right now, so plenty of time to make it up.
What are Stoops' core values? Attitude, toughness, determination,
discipline,
discipline, and pride. All right. Well, I got a little pride, but I'm not too proud to change up the mojo. Throw on a cowboy hat and some goofy glasses because we need the mojo to change after last week. But I will say, we were riding like I like the I'm going to play the Cyhawk under because what am I, an idiot? But I also like the Baylor game, so we got a couple more wins in there. Arizona State driving 95 yards and getting down to the 1 and getting stuffed when they had a chance to win and cover, and then just losing outright. I was happy for Mississippi State fans like it, but that was brutal. That was tough to stomach.
Yeah. Bottom line in that game, if I told you Sam Levitt was going to pass for 80 yards, I think you would have knew right then which side that was going.
Yeah. But we got some more sides to pick this week. There was a couple plays I want to go over that I just haven't, that just missed for me. I want to get to those before we get to some of the bigger games. And we're playing some of the big games this week. Conference play is heating up, so a lot more quality football games on your TV in week 3. Well, one of them that I'm really excited about, but I'm too chicken to play is Vandy, South Carolina. And when I saw the initial opening line, that was the number I saw, and then I went to go play it, and at BetMGM, it had already dropped from 8.5 to 5.5. It's now down to 4.5. Vandy's catching some points, but as a big dog, it's like I know that we can't. It's very dumb to just play the transitive property and say that, well, Vandy blew out Virginia Tech on their home field, and South Carolina kind of struggled on a neutral site with them. Surely Vandy's going to win. That's not a dumb way to play it, but a lot of this is sort of a fade on South Carolina, knowing that if Vandy gets into this style of minimal possessions, like how many punt return touchdowns is Virginia Tech going to have to get? Because South Carolina, because their offense has just struggled to efficiently move the ball down the field. They're really reliant on big plays, to the big outside guy who now I can't even think of the defensive end's name.
Nick Carter.
There we go. And Lenora Sellers. So I want to play it, but it is the most public play of all public plays that I just I feel like an idiot if I rely on the smarts of the public, which is usually the dumbest side. That's always wrong.
Yeah, this is a ghost game, Nick. This is a Kentucky-Tennessee situation.
Yeah.
This is an absolute who's your daddy game. South Carolina has won 16 in a row against Vanderbilt. They are 9-1 against the spread in the last 10 meetings. Now, with that said, Vandy has been awesome with Diego Pavia as the dog. They're 5-0 against the spread as a road dog with 3 outright wins. So to me, it's stay away, right? I think Vandy feels like the right side, but it's a ghost game, right? If the bounce goes, if there's a bounce late in this game, it's probably going South Carolina's way. Everything about the series tells us that South Carolina's going to get the bounce in this game. To me, I look at the under. That's kind of where I would be in this game. That's the side that's under consideration still as I finalize the column is the under, I think 49, 48.5.
48.5 right now in BetMGM.
That's the play. South Carolina's offense is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt can play keep away.
Yeah.
I think that is that to me, that's probably the safest side for me in this game.
It's got some potential to be electric. You wouldn't think that with Vandy, South Carolina, but some potential to be
fun SEC Saturday. Like we're gonna get
Mhm.
into some other games, like that 7 p.m. window. It would be a good noon UK game weekend. Like if
Yeah.
we could have been home for the 7 p.m. window, this would have been a good window to have it. You've got, you got a big non-conference game in South Bend featuring an SEC team. You got 3 SEC conference games going on all in that window, and they're all
Yeah.
matchups.
Great night for the multi-view. There's a Friday night matchup. I really want to fade UCLA, but it's like, do I actually want to give out New Mexico plus 15.5? Because UCLA has been
Bad.
just
They started
horrendous.
like this last year under Deshaun Foster. They got it turned around kind of mid-season, but it's been bad.
Yeah, and
Like the big storyline this week is like the Tennessee UCLA trade.
oh yeah, for sure. I saw an article on CBS on it, and I like that coach they got. He did a spoof of Scott's Tots.
Yeah, Jason Eck. Yeah, came from
Yeah,
Idaho. Yeah.
played Michigan close in week 1. I think it was 34-17. So that's one that if I'm feeling froggy, we might be staying up late and watching a little West Coast football. And I also like the line in the Tulane Duke game. Like I'm just worried about the spot if it's an overreaction to Duke. Like if Duke wins last week over Illinois, I'm hammering Tulane. But now that they're coming off of a loss where they really got their teeth kicked in,
Got away from them in the second half, but yeah.
Yeah. But like, is this more of a Tulane revenge on their former quarterback, or does Mensa go down there and light them up? Like, yeah, I ultimately decided to stay away.
Yeah, I mean, you pull up the box score. They threw the ball all over Illinois. They had like 5 fumbles. They lost like 5 fumbles in the game.
Yeah, and
That's not going to happen again.
Tulane's doing the 2 quarterback thing. It's like, do I want to bet on a team that's
Tulane got up big last week and let South Alabama back in. Almost messed around and almost lost that football game. So yeah, that's an interesting game. That's in the 7 p.m. window too, isn't it?
8 o'clock ESPN too on the Dukes.
Yeah, I mean the 7 p.m. window it rocks this week. Like that's probably the best window we've gotten all season.
I'm gonna have to bring an iPad too. We're gonna have to do triple iPod, mega desk up in the press box.
Yeah, we need. I might have to sneak into 50-inch from upstairs.
If you want some more of Luckett's plays, he releases Luckett's locks every Friday on KSR Plus. And if you aren't on KSR Plus, promo code UK1 will get you in there for 2 months for only $1. So go ahead, sign up, check us out at KSR Plus today. Let's get into our locks of the week. But first, I do need to remind you that we are presented by BetMGM. BetMGM is partnering with On3 all college football season long. And what's great about BetMGM is that you've got a lot of different tokens, is what they call them. You can play, get a little 33% profit boost on a parlay, maybe a little no sweat action here. It's on sports all across the spectrum, too, from college football, NFL. They will make it worth your while. You can have a legendary Saturday or Sunday, whether it's college football or NFL, with BetMGM. Just download the BetMGM app and use the sign-up bonus code ON3. That's ON, the numeral 3. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. You will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use promo code ON3 when you sign up. Make this college football season one for the history books. Make it legendary with BetMGM. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-980023 in Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Just don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code ON3 and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. Mr. Luckett, when you're down, when you're out, you go back to old reliable. And my old reliable is one of the big games. It's Georgia versus Tennessee at Neyland Stadium. where Georgia has owned this series. I believe they've won 8 straight, or is it 9 straight, going back to the Butch Jones Hail Mary back in 2016. And you know what Kirby Smart likes to do in big games? He likes to sit on it. I know that Gunnar Stockton is putting up some numbers. They like the receivers. They throw a lot of screens. We've seen Tennessee's offense be really explosive in the first few weeks against bad defenses. And I know Georgia doesn't have the defense that they once had, but I'm just betting on Kirby to slow this thing down, muck it up. Give me under 49.5 in Georgia versus Tennessee.
Nick, this Georgia team is shaping up to be one of those Georgia teams where we get to October and November and the under principle kicks in. The Kirby sit on them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not there yet with you, but I hear your process or your logic here. Georgia 8-1 ATS in the series last 9.
Shoo.
Josh Heupel 0-4 outright, 0-4 against the spread in this series, 4 double-digit losses. Interesting kind of angle, and it's probably going to be something I play. Gunnar Stockton over passing yards. I believe it's at 237 right now. Georgia's thrown for 300 plus in each of the last 2 games. The game before that, they were at 250. Tennessee without their starting cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Got those receivers. This is like the start of the season has gone exactly how Kirby Smart wanted it. They won both these games, but they didn't look great all week. Tennessee scoring all these points, right? All week, look at this. All these teams they got ranked above y'all. Can you believe this? Like I think he set it up for this perfectly. They're going to go in there. I think they probably, interesting. Joey Aguilar, how does he handle playing against them? And does because the turnovers were a big issue for him in his first spot. Like, how does he protect the football? And in Tennessee at receiver, I don't know if they have the receivers to go and beat these Georgia corners.
And you have the confidence that Georgia has the corners. That's really been the story of the series, is that Heupel doesn't get figured out. Georgia just has the guys that can guard those dudes in space. The wide splits factor doesn't really mess with them.
Yeah, they got the D-line, and they got the cleanup crew at linebacker, and then they got the guys that can cover in the back end.
Yeah. So, I like the under here, but we might double dip. We might double dip with Georgia in the 3 and a hook, which I hate the hook.
It's 3 and a hook, and I think it's 3 and a hook at BetMGM, but some books got it 4 and a hook. So it's going to be a line to be interesting to watch, I think. Wait it out and try to get your best number one way or the other.
Mr. Luckett, who's your first lock this week?
Iowa State has been good to us so far.
We're sticking with them?
We're going back to the well. Iowa State, minus 20.5 at Arkansas State.
That's weird, man. When I saw the at Arkansas State, I was like, why? Why are they going to Jonesboro? What? Huh? And it just, like, I want to get there with you because the advanced stats say they should blow them out. It should be more like 28, 27.5 point spread. But I can't get that Ohio game in Athens from a few years ago out of my head. It's weird that they're going to Arkansas State.
That was a 4-8 Iowa State team. This is probably going to be a double-digit win Iowa State team. Iowa State 8-1 against the spread after Cyhawk. These two teams played last year 52-7 in Ames.
Mm-hmm.
Campbell has been a 15-point road favorite 3 times since 2020. 3-0 against the spread. He's covered all of them. One thing you can count on Arkansas State and Butch Jones. They play these games against teams like this, and they get their ass kicked. It's what happens. You can go and look it up. Now, they played Michigan close last year, lost by 10. Then the next week, they went to Iowa State, lost 52-7. They lost 37-3 to Memphis 2 years ago. They lost a 73-7 game to Oklahoma where Butch Jones was crying a couple years ago. Arkansas, this was a huge game for them last week.
Yeah.
They finally get a chance to play the Hogs, and they beat the absolute brakes off of them in Little Rock. And so what they do, like, Butch Jones is doing a good job there. They kind of become like this mid-tier kind of competitive Sunbelt team. But when they play in these games, they get co-cocked. I like the fact that it's kind of a letdown spot for both of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Iowa State covered against Kansas State was Covered against South Dakota, covered against Iowa. They've been a cover machine so far. We're riding them. Iowa State minus 20.5.
You're pretty convincing, Mr. Luckett. I'm going to have to add that to the card on BetMGM this week. My second play, this was one of those where, like, there's a lot out there that I kind of liked, but I didn't necessarily love. And I just said, you know what? Screw it. Backyard brawl. Rich Rod's first appearance in this game since 13-9. One of the more prolific rivalry upsets in college football history. And I don't think that's hyperbole to say. West Virginia is going to play in the BCS National Championship game. And what happens? They lose. Pat McAfee misses a bunch of kicks, and then Rich Rod dips right after that. You don't see him in West Virginia again. He ends up taking the job at Michigan a year after turning down the chance to go to Alabama. He's coming back with some vengeance on his mind. He's hungry. They're doing a 2-quarterback thing where he's trying to do a little gamesmanship here. And although I'm high on Pitt, like, dude, 7 points, a home dog, when the home team's won 4 straight in this series, 7 points is way too many. I do not have that much confidence in Pitt. So I'm riding with the Mountaineers in the backyard brawl, West Virginia +7.
This was a game I had circled in the preseason because I liked the spot for Pitt because I thought West Virginia would be undefeated at this point. West Virginia losing to Ohio last week takes some shine off this game. Like, no one's really even talking about it.
Yeah.
It takes some shine off of that. Narduzzi 9-1 in his last 10 as a road favorite, ATS at Pittsburgh. But the number is too high for me to get there. That number does feel too high in a game like this. Pitt, we had them in the season win total. I think they're going to be a team that potentially be a threat. Pitt can win this. They got a big game against Louisville coming up at home in a couple weeks. It's kind of will be like a contender versus pretend winner. Winner will emerge as surprise contender in the ACC. Loser might be in tougher shape. So they got a big game coming up, but this is a bigger one. So very interested to see this. West Virginia, Rich Rod could use this win because it's going to be a long year. The roster's not in great shape. Whereas Pitt, this could really get them rolling if they can get a big rivalry win.
Do wish it was played later in the year, but what can you do? Mr. Luckett, your second pick.
This would stink to some people. Some people are like, how can you bet that? But I'm doing it. Gators +7.5 at LSU, Death Valley. Few things here. Florida did not play well, but there's a chance South Florida might be like top 25 good.
Yeah.
A chance. Like, they absolutely took it to Boise. The game was weird. It kind of played out as kind of a defensive game. Lagway, he's looking like he hadn't practiced all summer. But
11 penalties for 100 and some odd yards. They killed themselves. Self-inflicted mistakes.
I don't think they're as bad as everyone's making them out to be right now. LSU, meanwhile, Nick, did not look good last week against Louisiana Tech. The Clemson win does not look as good as it did the first week, as of right now. This is a eye test versus power rankings moment here. Power rankings say LSU is not top 5 team. They're saying they're like in the teens, maybe high teens. Meanwhile, Florida in the power ratings are still in kind of the 20s. To me, this line is too far away. The truth is somewhere in the middle, I think, on both of these teams, where I think we have two extremes right now. So give me the Gators in a series that has been crazy unpredictable. This is a series where Marco Wilson threw a shoe, where the two ADs fought about where to play the game during the hurricane about a decade ago, where Tebow said, call me. All of this just a nut. The series is a nut house. Give me the dog. Dogs are 4-1, not against the spread, outright in the last 5 meetings in this series. The Dogs win. Dogs cover here. Give me Florida. I'm getting the touchdown and hook in a circle the wagon spot for Billy Napier, in a spot where he has to have it. And throughout his career, he's been a good road underdog, good covered percentage as a road underdog as a coach. So I'm taking the Gators when When I think a lot of people are wondering like why that line's so low. Give me the unranked team catching a touchdown at number 3 in college football. The line's there for a reason. Give me the Gators.
You mentioned Clemson. They got Georgia Tech this week, and it's one of those where I want to get there with Georgia Tech. Like the numbers say that this is their time, especially that offense. They play physically. They can match up with Clemson's, but it feels like a Dabo sort of.
Yeah.
Similar to like
spread's too smart.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to play that, Clemson's got to be the play. It also feels like the get right game for the offense. Like I'm looking at that Clemson team total over and I'm considering it. It feels like that's when they do the Clemson thing. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Speaking of spots, this is my favorite play of the week. I can't love it more, and I just hope that Hugh Freeze goes back to doing Hugh Freeze things. How many times has Hugh Freeze played a non-conference game at Jordan-Hare Stadium, and his team looks like dog poop? Pretty much every time he plays a non-conference game at Jordan-Hare Stadium. They came out and took care of business last week. I believe I don't think they covered the big number, but they scored like 35 points. They ran the ball at will. They're playing a South Alabama team who we mentioned before came back against Tulane. They were a 2-point play away from tying it with a minute to go in that game. South Alabama has a talented offense. They've scored 30-plus points in each game. They're top 40 in success rate and EPA. They're 24.5 underdogs. That is a huge number. If South Alabama gets to 21, I feel really good about this because, like, are they really going to try to is this the game that Jackson Arnold gets the passing going? They're probably going to try to do that, and they're going to mess around, and this game's going to be closer than they want. Because that's the other part too. Like, it is like they kind of need the passing game to look proficient before Jackson Arnold returns to Oklahoma next week. It's a big look-ahead spot. I love USA. USA all the way. Give me the Jags plus 24.5 at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, that's to me the thing, the look ahead here. At Oklahoma and at A&M are these next 2 games, and then bye week, and then Georgia, Missouri. I mean, like, this is the sandwich spot here. Huge game next week at Oklahoma. Auburn, they're feeling pretty good about where they're at. This is just like – this game is very much just win and don't do anything stupid. Let's get out of here. So, yeah. In-state, too. I like it. But that's the scary part, I think, for you, Nick, is that what if they do commit to the passing game and then it's like, oh, we've got NFL receivers. Funny how this works. Oh, we just got to throw a glance route to Cam Coleman and he can take it 60 yards after the catch. Like, oh, that would be – that's how Auburn covers to me is the passing game just gets going, which it can because they have absolute dudes at receiver. They just haven't figured it out yet, how to use them.
Fair enough. But I'm feeling good about the Jags. Who are you feeling good about, Luckett, for your third and final play of the week?
Yeah, another one of them big SEC games or a team game involving an SEC team. Notre Dame, I'm going to lay the 6.5 in South Bend against the Texas Fighting Aggies. Nick, Mike Elko, 3-12 against the spread as a Texas A&M head coach.
Yeah.
All 3 covers were as a small favorite. Doesn't do good as a big favorite. Hasn't been good as a dog to this point. The Irish, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 versus SEC. 7-2-1 ATS under Marcus Freeman against power conference teams at home. A&M's run defense has been leaky. I think it's a good spot for Notre Dame to get that run game going.
Mm-hmm.
I just trust A&M more in this big spot. 2 kind of unproven quarterbacks still, I would say.
Trusting Martell Reed on the road. I'm not there yet with him. Yeah,
so give me the Irish here. I think they'll be able to run the football. A&M's not been good in these big games. They just haven't, right? They just haven't been good. So give me the Irish here. I think they'll be able to run the ball. Notre Dame's this game is more important than Notre Dame, in my opinion, than it is A&M.
Yeah.
Because they can't fall in an 0-2 hole. So give me the Irish here, -6.5. I think those 2 backs they got get rolling. I think they've got a chance to win this one by double digits. So give me the Irish.
Yeah, and CJ Carr, he really turned it on in that second half against Miami. So excited to see if he can put together a full 4-quarter performance against a defense too that still has something to prove. Still has plenty to prove. So it's going to be a fun Saturday of college football. We get a little Thursday night and Friday night. But I'm actually going to go kick back and jam out, rock out at Bourbon and Beyond. So hopefully that can help change the mojo. We need it in a bad way on this end. But best of luck on all of your plays this weekend. It's going to be a great time watching college football. One bit of advice too, when you're playing the NFL, that Steelers line stinks. You cannot take you play Tomlin as a dog. Playing him at home after they get a big win with a shootout, like that 3 is going to be very tempting to a lot of folks. I'm just telling you, beware.
Matt LaFleur, Nick, plays tonight. Small 3.5-point home favorite. He's undefeated against the spread in week 2. He's like 16-3, I think, ATS first 2 weeks of the season. Packers
feels like they'll smoke them. I mean,
Packers -3.5. There's some ugly. You can look them up. We have them on the board. There are some ugly Bears trends, and there are some great Lions trends in the division and at home and off a loss. There's some ugly Titans trends. There's some great Rams road trends.
All right. Well,
unfortunately, there's ugly Bengals home trends in week 2, or ugly Bengals favorite trends. I keep wanting to say trends in week 2 as well. So as always, be careful. But there are winners. Jets +7 is tasty as hell to me this week.
Let me ask you a question, Luckett, before we go. What under do you like better? Because I'm still fishing for unders. Titans Rams under 41.5 or Patriots Dolphins under 43.5.
Do I have to pick one of those, or can I give another one out?
Well, those are the 2 I'm considering. If you've got another one, you can give
Broncos Colts is my favorite under of the card. Best defense in the NFL, arguably. I'm not buying Daniel Jones. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. The Rams Titans one, I just feel like the Titans are going to struggle to score with Cam Ward for a while.
So it's Rams Titans. It's Rams Titans, and then what was the other one?
It was Dolphins Patriots because both just looked kind of gross on offense a week ago.
Yeah, I would say Rams Titans would be the under. Yeah. Rookie quarterback still. Titans don't have weapons. Rams have a good defense, a good pass rush. Meanwhile, Stafford still he just came back essentially. Whereas Dolphins in that stadium, you know how they can get going, Nick.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of my worry, especially against the Patriots. They've got a history of beating them even when the Pats were rocking and rolling. So that could go so many different directions.
Tua owns the Pats too. Tua is 7-0 against New England since starting quarterback. So
pretty good. Pretty good. Well, this has been fun. Hopefully you win all of your wagers this weekend and have a pleasant one. Kentucky takes on Eastern Michigan at 7:30. We'll be at Kroger Field with our iPads locked into college football. For Adam Luckett, I'm Nick Roush. Go Cats and go Kroger.